Alright gang, welcome back to our Frugal Millionaire Challenge on Mazo. You can see it is actually August. So we had a bit of an issue. Unfortunately, I did a recording in July, and when I went back to actually start editing all that footage, it was corrupt. And I had already saved in August, so I couldn't go back and just redo the actual video itself, unfortunately. So we unfortunately had to skip a month by that because of that reason. Not, I mean, things have happened, and I will show you everything that I've done in July. But you won't have any footage of that, so I apologize. There's not really a whole lot I can do about it, though. Unfortunately, the video file was corrupt, and I couldn't save it. So a couple things we did do is I moved some trees over here into this because it needed some. It's still got 15,000 there, so it's not bad, but it is out of space, so we need to move some more charcoal out of the way. That's the biggest problem I'm dealing with right now, is the charcoal storage only has so much space, and when it gets to that amount, it will not create any more charcoal, so we've got to move these out of the way. So in the last episode, I had moved a bunch over here, but I'm going to have to move some again. There's one over there as well. I had an issue with that one. Let's not even talk about that one. I had an issue with that. We do have some good news today. 2 of our fields are ready to harvest. So that's going to be really good for us. It's going to make us a lot of money. But I also want to talk about our other field over there, the newest one we bought. Because we did seed it, but we didn't seed exactly what you would have thought we would have seeded. So, first up, though, this wheat field here is ready to harvest. I'm going to go into, well, what I can do for bird's eye view on console, and we'll fly over here, I guess. Our sorghum is ready to harvest as well, and we planted carrots. So the thing with this challenge is we're playing on hard difficulty, so we obviously don't make a whole lot of money whenever we do sell things. And we are playing with seasons on, so we can only do or plant certain things during certain periods of time. Carrots, we were allowed to plant in July. It was the only thing, with the exception of grass, oilseed radish, and poplar. Everything else we could not plant in July. So because of that reason, we went ahead and bought a drill to put in carrots, well, vegetable drill, so we can put in carrots, red beets, and parsnip. So we put carrots in here. It's a lot of carrots. We don't have a harvester for it. Now, we can lease one, but ideally we probably want to buy one since we actually own... Whoa, hold on. Whoa. What's going on with the trees there? But we ideally would like to buy one, right? Because that will help us in the long run instead of having to just lease one every time. Because now we're going to be planting carrots, parsnip, and red beets often. We likely will not be planting them in such a big field in the next one. It'll probably be a little bit of a smaller field. But I don't know. You never know, I guess. In any case, we got that done. So those trees that were laying down up here, obviously, those are the ones that I put into our charcoal. And that's it, yeah. So that's pretty much it. We sold a few other things as well, because you can see we have $66,000, but... other than that, that's really all we did was spend money on the drill for the carrots. We drove around a little bit trying to figure out some other areas. We were potentially going to buy, let me find it, this field right here. We may still do so. It is still available to buy, and it is ready to harvest. There was a collectible right here that we picked up. But other than that, that's all we did, was try to figure out exactly where to go next, and we decided to go with carrots here. Looks like I missed a tiny little section there. That's weird. Anyway, so we've got carrots there. We've got to harvest this field and this field in August. So long as we can do it. We may not be able to do it. I need to take a look at that, first of all. Wheat, we can harvest. We have to harvest in August. And sorghum, we are good to wait on the sorghum. Sorghum will be harvested in August or September. But ideally, we harvest them both today. Now... we have $66,000 to our name. Realistically, what we should be trying to fit here... oh, and I moved the straw bales over here. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Moved the straw bales over here, and I was able to get that little tiny one out of there. Remember, I was having issues getting it to unload this half-size bale out of the baler that we rented. I was able to get it out of there. I just had to reset the game and went back into it off camera before I started recording what was a failed attempt in July, and it let me shoot the straw bale out of the baler. So I don't know, maybe it's just a glitch or something was going on with it. Who knows? But in any case, that's done too. So I would like to... where was I going with before I saw the straw bales? Oh, I would like to put a silo in, if at all possible, because while it is time to harvest the wheat and the sorghum, it's not really the best time to sell it. So wheat is at pretty much just above what the highest or the lowest level it could be at in August, which would make sense. And then sorghum is pretty much the same, right? Yep. So ideally, we either get a silo, or we get a silo and we get some kind of production to place down that we can utilize for some of those, for some of that product, right? So let's start off first. Let's see what kind of silos are available to us. I don't want anything super expensive. I don't think we need that. Something like this would be nice. Ideally, maybe the $12,000 one. I mean, 15's not that bad either. Maybe I should just go 15. I mean, that's 20,000 liters. That should be plenty for our small little farm. I hope. I don't know how many liters I'm going to get off this stuff, actually. 20 gives you a lot more. It's not that big of a silo. We should probably go with the 20. But it does take up a lot of space. So now I gotta decide where I want to put the silo at, right? I think I want to put it right there. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Let me move that trailer out of the way. Let's take a look at this a little bit further. And once that's done, we'll jump straight into getting into harvesting. We don't have any rain on the radar, so we don't have to worry about, you know, how fast we go about harvesting any of the fields right now. We're pretty much good. But I want to get that silo down, then I want to get all the charcoal moved out of there so we can get that production going again. It is not a good time to sell the charcoal, so we won't be selling those today. Don't go to production. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Silos. There you go. There you go. 20 grand's expensive, though, man. That's... I don't know if I want to spend all 20 grand, you know what I mean? Something like that. We could clean up the rest of this because it looks pretty crappy right now. We could clean it up a little bit, make it look a little bit neater, like a little bit of a better yard. We're going to go with this one. I'm hoping this is going to be enough. Saves us $5,000 by doing so. Alright, let's go look at it really quick here. Make sure it didn't cause major mayhem to the land here. No, it's good. It's perfectly flat. Alright, so let's spend a little bit of money doing some painting here. I haven't really spent... I don't know why that's dirt. That doesn't look like dirt to me. Guess it is. I haven't really spent a whole lot of money making the yard look that nice, but... it's good enough. I don't want to spend any more money than that for right now. Because, you know, all that we're doing right here is just cosmetic stuff, and we've got all this grass stuff we can't get rid of unless we put grass down and then change it, so that's going to cost us money to do. Or we drill over it with grass, and then, you know, then we can paint it, but you get what I mean. Alright, so let's go with that. Let's get into our harvester here, and let's get harvesting. I think we're going to harvest the wheat field first, because the wheat field is the one that has to be done in August no matter what. Granted, I would ideally like to harvest both fields today. But I should... hold on a second. I should look at this really quick, too. Can we plant anything? We can plant canola. Only canola. Next month, we can plant wheat and barley. That's fine. Okay. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing pretty well. At the time of this recording, we're very, very close to hitting 1,000 subscribers, so if you happen to be watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, it's free. Help us get to 1,000. I appreciate each and every single one of you. We'll be doing a giveaway when we hit to 1,000 subscribers, so look out for that. More information will come whenever we do hit that 1,000 mark. Whoops. I just scored a game clip. Well, that's going to pop up another time when it's ready to share, so I apologize. You're going to see that a couple of times. Whoops. Now, we are dropping straw on the ground. I do want to continue to do the straw. It's not going to make us a ton of money, but we're just going to keep on holding on to the straw bales until we can either turn them into TMR or we just sell them outright when it's the best time to sell them. Whatever we decide to do. I don't envision putting cows on this series. Maybe we will, but I don't envision putting cows on this series. I'm thinking possibly doing pigs, maybe. We really haven't done a whole lot with pigs. But I don't know. I haven't decided yet. This is looking like it's going to be a pretty good yield here. I mean, it was 98% yield. We're 40% by the time we get to the end of this. This one pass. So, pretty daggone good. Now we're going to do a couple headland passes here, like we typically do. Because eventually we're going to have to throw this on a worker while we try to unload. Trying to keep the camera out of the way of the trees as much as I can, gang. The trees like to send the camera all wonky. So you might get a little bit of a different or an awkward angle than you're used to. And there it is. So there are a lot of fields we could potentially buy. I mean, all of these are ready to harvest here, right? So we could buy another one of these, and that might be the smart thing to do. I'm going to look at that field there. I kind of want to... I was, in the last episode, there wasn't really a whole lot for us to do in the last episode. Really, all we had to do was the field that we ended up putting carrots in. That's really all we could do. There really wasn't anything else for us to do, unless we bought another field. So we started looking at buying fields, but the only one that was actively ready to harvest that was close by was the one I already showed you earlier. It's 9? Yeah, 9. None of these other ones that are now all ready to harvest were ready. Look at all these that are ready to harvest. We've got a lot of choices we can choose from here, but ideally we need to get like 233 or 199. We need to get one of these with more trees that are right next to us. I want to expand our farm some more. Right now we're having to utilize a lot of this because we don't have any other crop fields, right? And ideally some of that hill of the one that we created is going to continue to be a crop field, but a smaller one. Eventually we want to take out some of the lower sections that's flatter for the farm, I think. But if we can get more of these other, fields that are right next to us that all have trees, we've got more room than we know what to do with as far as expanding the farm itself. But they're just so expensive. I mean, we got to get to $200,000, and we're not going to get there in this episode because we just bought a silo, right? We're planning to keep all this stuff until it's the best time to sell it. So when we look at these fields that are ready to harvest next to us, right, we've got to kind of take a look and see what kind of crop it is too, because if it's not in the correct time frame to harvest it, there's literally no reason for us to buy it. That one in the back, the corner over there, that one is, I think it looks like a wheat field. It's going to be right now. So if we buy it, we've got to harvest it right now. So we kind of have to factor that in, right? If we're going to buy one, we've got to make sure it's either able to harvest in this episode or the next episode. And, oh, stop, see. Just going on a rant talking, and I'm going to kill crop. I killed a very small amount of crop. Damn it. Whoops. Luckily, it was only a very small amount. It really probably won't be much to even notice. At least I hope. All right, let's get this over here. We're going to use the John Deere Gator. Now, in the used market, there is something that's very nice out there. We can't afford it, though. I would love to have it. But considering what I just talked about, we're not going to be able to get there. There's just no way. Because we want more crop fields and everything else. Okay, this thing, I've got to figure out another way to go about this, because I don't know why that trigger is so small, but it is. So weird. Really, we need to be looking at upgrading our trailer too. Now that we're getting a little bit more fields under our belt and some that are a lot bigger, right? We need to start, considering upgrading the trailer. So we might look into doing that today, since we have a little bit of money. But it really depends on if we buy another field or not. I am eyeballing that field over there in that was just talking about. I think that might be the one to go with for now. It's got some trees on it. It's not a bunch of trees, but it has some trees on it. Now, we've got trees in the field that we bought across the road still to take out, but we're not going to worry about those until it's best time to sell wood chips. A number of you have got me on the wood chip craze now. I don't want to go overboard on the wood chips, but I kind of am. I'm on the wood chip craze now. I'm seeing the luxuries that occur from the wood chips. So I'm kind of all in here on the wood chips. Let's go. Don't kill any crop. Don't kill any crop. Let's go drop this off here. Eventually, this farm is going to look a little bit better. I promise you that. But right now, we're a little bit hurting for money. So now, one thing we can do. I need to actually move those charcoals really quick. I said I was going to do that before we start harvesting, and I didn't do it. I need to do that really quick. One thing we can do is, if it comes to it, and we have an issue where we're running out of room in the silo, we can keep some of our crop in the harvester itself. Not that realistic, but we can do it. We can keep it in there until it's ready to be sold. But that would, depend on not having any other field be ready to harvest at that time, right? I need to get some better forks. These forks I have, they're great, but I can't pick up 2 pallets at the same time. And actually, I think, if I remember correctly, these pallets are so heavy that if I picked up 2, this tractor starts going it does a front flip kind of thing. Now I'm kind of putting these in the way. Like there's a track there, but I don't think anybody's going through that track right now, so I'm just kind of utilizing it. So I'll let the worker keep doing some of the harvest there until I move a few of these out of the way, then we'll take back over for him. We just got to make sure that this production is still going, because this makes us a lot of money. So ideally, when the winter months come around, we are going to have a boatload of money, because we're going to have all this charcoal, and we're going to have crops that are in our silo ready to sell. And I was going to try to start stacking them on top of each other and make it look neat, but I was like, you know what, it's not even worth it. Let's just throw them over there as fast as we can. It's not even worth spending the time to make them look neat. I'm just going to mess them up when I try to pull them back over here anyway. I think I put that in a good spot. It gives us enough room here still just to move around in here. It's not too bad. Well, that went well. Might be able to pick up both of those now. Whoa. Whoa. Well, those back wheels are not on the ground. We'll call that good. Alright, that should give it enough room to continue moving here. Yeah, there's enough room in there. So let's turn that off. I'll leave that there. I can move the rest of them off camera. We got to get our gator over here because he's nearly full. He probably will be full before he gets to the end here. Ideally, we would get something. I don't know what kind of silo. I guess you could put it in a regular silo. I don't know. Maybe not. I've never really tried it. What I'm trying to get at is, I guess, as far as the wood chips go, if we really wanted to get rid of them now, we probably could put them in a silo. I bet they do. I bet they do hold into a silo. Come on. Just a weird trigger, I'm telling you. But I bet they do. I bet you can put wood chips into a silo. Actually, you know what? Let's just see if there's anything specific in here that says wood chip silo while we're waiting on that to unload. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to test that. Maybe somebody already knows and they can let me know down below in the comments. Pallet, bale and pallet storage. Silo for wood chips. Okay, there is a specific silo for wood chips. Okay, alright. Well, I mean, that's an option. We could always go that option. It's 10 grand though, but that's an option. It's a lot of money. I think it might be better just to go the route of just waiting and then selling them when they come about. Granted, if we were able to get rid of the trees, we could expand all of our fields, right? And make bigger fields, which in the long run makes us more money. So I don't know. I have to think about it. Obviously, we're not going to do it today. We don't really have any trees to get rid of today. I mean, we have a few we could get rid of, but we're not going to be making a field today, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. But I believe a couple events occurred with friends of mine that I do a lot of these challenges with. Crust2, I think, became a partner with Giants, with the people who make Farming Simulator, so that's awesome for him. And I believe Northern Farm Sim has hit 1,000 subscribers, so exciting times for both of them as well. Happy for them. They deserve it. Northern Farm Sim, I mean, the stuff he gets done is crazy, because he's got kids that are in sports, and he still pumps out videos. I mean, that dude's dedicated. I can't get to work here. I'm just going to wait till it's empty. Or wait till it's full, excuse me. Wait till it's empty. Wait till it's full. Okay, so while we're doing that, let's do a quick save here. We don't lose anything, hopefully. Everything seems to be working as far as my OBS studio, so I'm hoping this one won't cause any issues when I go to edit it. But let's see. So, canola is all we can plant today. Well, we can plant grass, poplar, and oilseed radish. We do, as a matter of fact, I probably should go do that now. I do need to spray the second application of fertilizer on our carrot field. So I think we'll go do that right now. We're waiting on the worker to continue doing the harvest here. I was going to start looking at, looking at other fields and seeing if there's anything out there that really makes a lot of sense for us. I don't think anything is the best time to sell right now. Normally it's not. Well, maybe soybeans. If we can find a soybean field that's ready to harvest, that would be unbelievable. Although it is August now, so it's going to be lower. But it's not bad, actually. I would probably sell it. Given that amount, I'd probably sell it. Because if not, I'd have to wait a whole year. Let's go get this carrot field done. This is going to take us 2 seconds. Probably 2 pass. 1 down and 1 back, and it's done. We will have to come back here and touch up a little bit this week. You can see the worker did not like the couple of trees that are down here at the end, but I'm not planning on getting rid of those 2 trees. I kind of like those trees there. But we got all these trees up here we have to deal with as well, but again, there's no reason to do it now when we don't have any way to store the wood chips, and the selling of the wood chips right now is absolutely atrocious. Been doing a lot of thinking on my 200 horsepower challenge, and still really haven't fully made up my mind yet on if I want to continue the series or not. I've had some input from all of you, and thank you for that. If you happen to be watching this and you watch that series, seems like everybody's kind of in the mindset of do whatever I feel like, whatever I want to do. A lot of people want it to continue, but and then other people are like, just do whatever makes you happy. I do enjoy the series. I might carry it on a little bit longer, but I'm not probably going to go the route that everybody else has, which is remove the 200 horsepower limit. I really, if I do that, and this is my eyes, and I'm not right or wrong, it's just how I feel, how I see it. If I do that, then I feel like there's no reason for me to continue doing that series, and I might as well start a new series. Because the whole point of that series is to, keep it under 200 horsepower. And if I'm removing that, then I'm literally just carrying the series on because. It's not really how I want to go about doing it. So he thinks he's done, huh? Okay, well. We're going to fix that up, but he is not going to be done. Well, I guess I can just do the rest of it, actually. I don't need him to do it. I can do the rest of this. Alright, we are full again. Alright, there it goes. For whatever reason, it hit back here. Normally, it's all the way at the very front. So weird. I really don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the trailer itself or if it's the actual harvester. I feel like it's the harvester. It's just weird. Now, out here, what I was talking about. There is this tractor, which is unbelievable, but it's $173,000. We'll never get to that point. Never. This, though, this is absolutely something we should look at getting. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to get this. As much as I like Michelin's and I love wide tires, it's not a feasible. Well, feasible. It is feasible. It's not a. What am I trying to say? It's not the best use of our money. That's not really what I'm trying to say, but that is what I'm trying to say. If that makes any sense at all, which I guess it doesn't. So we will probably buy that. It just popped out there, by the way. You might be like, why didn't you do that before you started doing this? You're right, I would have, but it literally just popped up. So, that's the reason why. But we're going to buy that today. So that'll be nice. It'll be a nice little upgrade for us. I think the rest of this should fit in this trailer. Should. Perfect. Alright, I'm actually going to leave this right here for now because I'm thinking, if everything goes well, we are going to buy that wheat field over there unless something better comes up, which it might, but we'll see. $8,000 liters in there. Okay. We're at 10,734. So it's got 9,000 liters left of space in there. So it probably will not be able to fit the entire sorghum field in there. But okay. Well, if we can also keep some in the trailer too, right? We've got a couple options here, I think. So let's get this back to the shop, and we are going to buy this. Let's just go ahead and buy it now. Cover color, huh? You can change the cover color. I mean, I love that teal color, but it doesn't really make sense to do that one. I feel like we got to do that or red, right? Why would you do that color? It doesn't even match anything. Let's do red. I'm not a big red guy, but we'll do red anyway. It's got a red bottom, so I think it just makes it matches up a little bit better. So we'll go with the red. 11,107. Done. Purchased. Let's go sell this guy. And we'll have to repair this one. Probably repaint it too. And then we can sell it. Hopefully we get a good chunk of money back from it. And then we'll have to take the other trailer and go in and we'll repair it immediately. Or service it immediately. Turn the beacon on. Left. Alright. Kind of want to keep the camera on to see if any kind of craziness happens from Byron or Walter. There was a little bit of issues that occurred with them, but it wasn't anything major. In the episode that I unfortunately lost all the data to because it was corrupt. But I think we'll just jump to the shop. Alright, we are back here at the shop. Let's get this thing sold here. Alright, we want to repair it for $1. Repaint it for $141. $2,603. Alright. Well, it's not bad. Not good, but not bad. I mean, we spent a little money today, but I think it's worth it. We can do a contract and everything, right? If we need to. We probably won't do one, but we can. Now, I'm probably going to leave the straw just sitting on the actual field. We're not going to re-drill that field today, so I'll probably just leave that sitting there. Looks a little awkward me carrying this with the gator, but that cover will be nice though, because we'll be allowed to hold a lot more in here until it's ready to harvest. Probably we'll put all the sorghum in here, right? Or until it's ready to sell, I mean, not ready to harvest. Probably put all the sorghum in here. Alright, so we pulled back up here. I'm going to take a look at this. 98%. That's pretty enticing. I'm not going to lie to you. What do we have in everything else? We've got parsnip there. But that means we have to get the harvester, which we don't have yet. Although it would be nice to have it. We don't have that yet. 61. We could have got that earlier if we didn't do everything else we did. I mean, I really want one of these, but we're so far away. Like, that is so far away from being in reach. It's not even close. So, yeah, I think that's the one we're going to go with here, gang. We're going to buy this one. It's close to where we are now. I like keep expanding kind of close to where we are. I really don't want to have a field that's way down here or something where we have to drive a country mile just to go harvest it with our harvester that only goes like 10 mile an hour. At least now until we were able to upgrade it. So let's buy this one. 36088 leaves us about $5,000. It's ours, gang. We've got to harvest it, though. Oat means we have to harvest it today. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Oat. It's oat, right? Yeah, oat. We've got today, and we've got the next month. But we also have the sorghum to harvest in the next episode as well. So I guess it depends on what I want to do, right? Do I want to... Do we want to plant canola right now? Right, that's the question. If we want to plant canola, well, I've got to get the straw up off the ground of these two, don't I? Oof. I guess we're not going to plant canola. I kind of wanted to plant canola, though. Well, either way, let's go get the harvester. We're going to harvest this field today. Either way, we'll harvest it. Not a very big field, but hopefully we can get rid of those trees, and when we get rid of those trees, it'll be a nice, even, squared field. That seems like a good field for our carrots or beets or whatever. I mean, this field also would be good for it as well, but it's kind of long. But if we shrink it a little bit eventually, if we get that field over there, then maybe. If that makes sense. I don't even know if what I'm saying makes sense to you or not, but hopefully it does. Put the beacons on for a short period here until we get over here to the oat field. This is a little bit of an awkward shaped field here right now with those trees, so putting a worker on this is probably going to be pretty difficult, I think. Now the area where those trees are, what are we dealing with in there? Is it swampy, or is it actual just an area of trees in it that for whatever reason the farmer never chopped down before? What are we dealing with in here? Just an area that has trees. Okay, yeah, we'll definitely be fitting to get rid of those as soon as possible. Kind of hard to see where I've been in here. Just trying to keep it as close as I can here to the edge without running into a tree, and there is one. Go figure. Almost around the headland here. So this might be a little bit of a shorter time lapse, but we haven't done one yet, so let's get this done, gang. I've talked a lot. Let's speed this up a little bit and get this done. Alright, gang, so we decided to lease a baler. We have utilized this baler. We're actually utilizing it right now in our Broke to Billionaire Challenge on Ohio Richlands. But it is a great baler because it allows us to cheat a little bit and make straw into silage. It's pretty fantastic. I want to make sure that I have automatic drop on. Perfect. And we should be picking up straw now. Yes, we are. Perfect. Now, I don't know how many we're going to get here. I have it set on the smallest bale size on purpose, just because at current, we have to pick all these up at the front loader on the tractor, and we don't even have a weight for our tractor. So I feel like the smaller sized bales would just be a little bit better off, I think, for the tractor itself when we're trying to pick them up. And I also have the attachment to flip them on their side. It's just a lot easier if I'm using a front loader, especially to pick them up if they're on their side. Well, I guess they're always on their side. Depends on which way you look at it, right? But I think you know what I mean. Instead of them coming out the standard traditional way, they will come out the other way, I guess. If everything I'm just saying doesn't make sense, it will here in a minute when you see one pop out. So I don't know how many we're going to get here. I always try to play that guessing game. Well, I don't always try to, but I normally do, as long as I remember to do so. I'm going to go with, in this field here, I'm going to go with 5. And then in the big field there, I'm going to go with 11. I'm probably way off. I always am. So 16 total, but we'll find out, I guess, soon enough if I'm right or wrong. Come on. It's slow to back up. We're getting there. This field's going to be a little bit awkward for me to try to pick up all the straw from because it's an awkward shaped field already as it is. So but turning this into silage, it's going to really make a lot of money for us, honestly. It's going to be better off, especially since we really don't have any plans for the straw currently. We've got those straw bales in the shed. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. See how they turned on their side like that? That's what I was talking about. Since we don't have a whole lot of plans for utilizing the straw, I feel like this is a better path forward for us. Even though it costs us more up front, I think we'll make decent money off these bales. So I think it'll be worth it in the long run, especially since the fact that we have 2 fields. Right, we got 2 fields here that we're trying to get straw off of. If we only had to do 1 field, probably wouldn't be worth it. But I'm hoping that 2 solidifies that and makes it a little bit better for us. Now, I think the problem we're having here is that this may be a little bit too low of a horsepower tractor for this. I was going to say, don't you start doing this to me like we did in Ohio Richlands where I started getting stuck. So I think that might be part of the problem here and why we're having such a, hard time, because it's going so slow. But there's going to be a lot of touch up here, but we should get it all done. So I think the best way to go about this is to put another time lapse in here. Just because we are going so slow and we're having issues with the turning and everything, it will speed it up. It won't be as bad for you to watch. So we'll throw a time lapse in here. We're going to get it all done. We'll see how many we get out of this. And the next episode, once we're done with all this, obviously, the next episode, we can, we might harvest that field. I don't know yet. But we have one more day in August we can utilize, so we can drill these fields without any, we're gonna cultivate them anyway, so I guess it really doesn't matter. But I was gonna say we could drill them before, a month goes by and big heavy weeds start to grow into them. But we're gonna cultivate it regardless, so it really doesn't make a difference. But in any case, we will get all that done probably in the next episode, and if we don't drill something, we'll at least get them cultivated up. The reason why I'm saying that is because, obviously, if we can get canola in one of these, I think that's a good thing to do, because canola takes a while, and it makes a lot of money. So ideally, we'll probably put the canola in the field that we're currently in right now. That's likely where it's going to go, because of those trees. They are kind of a pain in the ass, so if we can put canola in here, the canola will probably be ready somewhere around the time period when we're going to be wanting to get rid of the trees anyway. So I think it just, as from a timing perspective, it just all makes sense to do that. But I'm rambling. Let's get this done here, gang, and we'll see how many we get. Alright, well those are the fields done. I was way off on this field, but I was spot on that one, with the exception of we did have about 40%-ish that we brought from that field over to this one, so it actually had a little bit more than 5 bales there, but only 5 were spit out over there. So I got that one right, but this one I did not. I was very, very much off. I think we had 9 over here on this side, so I guess it wasn't that bad, but I was off big time. And I just knocked that guy over. Great. The deal with that. There's not enough here to even spit out another bale, unfortunately, and I don't think I can force one out on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so I was 2 off on this field. I guess it's not that bad, but let me turn this on. Let me just make sure. Just make sure that there's no force unload. I'm pretty sure there's not. No, there's not. Okay. So unload that, and we can go ahead and return that. We don't need it again for a while. So there's no reason to keep it. Okay, that's back. Good. So these bales are going to be good. We're going to have to pick those bales up so we can drill these fields. We probably won't do it in this episode. 5,000 liters of straw in there, so it's at 0% fermentation so far, so it probably won't actually be ready until I don't even though we have 2 days in August, I don't think it matters. I think it's not going to be ready until September, midday September, to be exact, because it takes about that amount of time normally. So what I'm going to do, just to make sure, because we're going to have a little bit of our loan to pay, I'm going to sell a few of these pallets really quick. There's still plenty of wood in there, so I'm not too concerned about this one. But if we can get a few $1,000 really quick, that's really going to help us as far as our loan goes and all that good stuff that we have to pay. I'll sell one more, and then the rest we'll just leave be until it's best time to sell them again. That way we get to about 5 grand. So I'll put this away. The last thing we're going to do real quick, gang, is we're going to fill up that water tank and drop some water off in our productions. I'll do the rest of that off camera. They all need a lot of water, but we haven't done a little bit of water on camera for a while, so I figured that's a good way to finish this episode out. And then in the next episode, what we'll end up doing is picking up all those bales and moving them somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to move them to yet. I was thinking about putting them in here, but we'll probably be selling them pretty quickly, unlike these bales, so I might just set them outside somewhere. They can sit outside because they're wrapped, so it's not a big deal. But we'll get those up off the ground, and then we'll drill canola in at least one of the fields. It'll probably be that one, the new one we bought over there, more than likely. This one, I'm probably going to wait and keep it as another wheat field or something like that. So we probably won't put canola in here, but you never know. I may change my mind between now and the next episode as I have some time to think about it. So let's get the water done really quick, and then we'll end that episode. Or in this episode, rather. It's been a good episode, though. Those bales are going to make us some money. It's going to make us a lot of money, honestly. I mean, it's not going to be the best time to sell them, but it will be better than it is in August, so it will be a few bucks more. But it'll probably be at least 12 grand, right? I would think, somewhere around there. Now, we do have some trees around the lake here that we put in that we could cut down if we need to, but I really don't plan to cut these down if at all possible. I mean, eventually, when we buy this land over here that we can't cut yet, we're probably going to keep a few of these trees as well over here. I just think it makes sense and it looks good around our house and everything to have, and around the lake to have a few trees. But then, as we go further out, we'll probably chop up almost all of those down. At least that's the initial goal. Really, what I want to do, though, is I don't even want to go that way for a while. I want to go, just talking to you about my thoughts, I want to go this way. I want to go to this field. So I want to go over here versus going up here. I want to get this field all taken care of and get rid of every single tree out of here, basically. That's what I want to do. That's my ideal situation. All right, so let's get one more load here of water, and we'll fill up for the olives and the grapes. Well, if I don't run into them. And then the rest of it I will do off camera. It's been a good episode, though. I'm still upset that I lost all the data from the previous episode. I really hate that when that occurs. I know it's just part of doing videos. Sometimes fatal errors occur and files get corrupted or whatever, but it still sucks. Because you spent time and effort, you know, recording it and talking and everything, and there's just nothing to show for it. But in any case, I'm rambling again, so we'll leave the episode there. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe if you're new. It's free, helps me out a ton. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, ideas, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. I'm happy to get back to you on those. Check the links to my other channels. The links to those are in the description down below. Thank you so very much to our channel members. After this ends, there will be a little thank you to them with some other videos to watch. So check that out if you want to. And until next time, I'll see each and every single one of you in the next episode.